What's up, Pack Nation? It is Pack here, and in today's video, I'm here to 100% overreact about the NBA and the preseason. So, I wanted to do a, not a roster update, but basically me explaining which players I think should get updated for the roster for NBA 2K20, rating-wise, comparing it to the preseason. And I know that we shouldn't be doing that because it's just the preseason, it's not that serious. Some players are taking the preseason way more serious than others, but it's still kind of hype to talk about, and I love talking about it, so I'm going to do that in this video. Here are 10 players that are doing way better than their rating in NBA 2K20 in the preseason. Before this video starts, be an OG, join the Pack Nation, and subscribe. Let's get this video started at number 10 with Malcolm Brogdon. Former Rookie of the Year Malcolm Brogdon played for the Milwaukee Bucks, and now he's on the Indiana Pacers. Now, the reason why he's on the Indiana Pacers is because the Bucks didn't want to pay Malcolm Brogdon because they didn't think he was that important to the team. They're dumb. But Malcolm Brogdon, for the most part, is a point guard. I know it says shooting guard, but he really is a point guard. And, well, the Bucks already had Eric Bledsoe, and they didn't have enough money, and they were like, we got to make a decision, and they let go of Malcolm Brogdon. So the Pacers picked him up. And the Pacers picked him up because they lost Darren Collison because of reasons. Really weird, but still, Malcolm Brogdon is now on the Pacers as probably the starting point guard, and in the preseason he was averaging 7.5 points per game on 9.5 assists per game, was almost averaging the most amount of assists per game in the preseason. Now, when you look at the points per game, you think, well, that's not really good, but we know he can score pretty well. Last year he averaged 16 points per game, and that was on the bench. This year he's going to be the starting point guard for a team. He should be able to score a lot more. Not only that, if he can have that kind of playmaking he does in the preseason, oh my gosh, it's over. Like, Malcolm Brogdon could low-key be really important this year for the Pacers and can make them a really good team in the playoffs, hopefully this year in the East. He is currently an 83 overall, the second best player on the Pacers, but I think that he could totally be an 84 overall, plus one for Malcolm Brogdon at least. At number 9, it is Benjamin Simmons. Now, Ben Simmons, you're like, well, he's already good. What are you talking about, Pack? Okay, he is an 87 overall, the second best player on the Sixers, 4 overall behind Joel Embiid. But Ben Simmons is really, really good, and the biggest reason why I have him in this video, he made a three-pointer.
They want him to shoot it.
Like, think about this. Ben Simmons has put up 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists a game. That's like LeBron James numbers, but let's be honest. I mean, maybe not the scoring, but everything else, it's like LeBron James level, and he's a really good scorer, and he's stupid athletic, and he's not a bad defender. What is missing? Oh yeah, shooting, and apparently he can do that now. So if he really can do that, bro, and if he really starts scoring like we know he can, I mean, he should at least be an 89 overall. At least be an 89 overall. In my opinion, in the 90 overall club, but I'll put him at 89 to be safe. Still below Joel Embiid maybe, but still, Ben Simmons, still pretty good. At number 8, it is Pascal Siakam. Now, Pascal is an NBA champion. He was, okay, here's the thing. He's an 87 overall. And I know you're thinking that Pascal Siakam, if you were to put him even more higher, he would be one of the best power forwards in the NBA, like top 2, I believe. Because it's Anthony Davis, Giannis is considered a small forward. So it's Anthony Davis, and then it's like LaMarcus Aldridge right there at 88. So if we were to raise Pascal Siakam, he would be considered the second best power forward in the NBA. Is he the second best power forward in the NBA? I mean, there's Draymond Green, there's LaMarcus Aldridge, there's Porzingis. Who's better? Pascal Siakam in the preseason has had 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in 2 games in the preseason. Listen, you lost Kawhi Leonard, who was like averaging like 25, 26 points per game. Someone's gonna need to take over those points. It's going to be Pascal Siakam, in my opinion. Not only that, but this dude was averaging 20 points per game in the finals as the second option. If he can do it at that level, he can do it in the regular season. I think he's going to be really good. In that case, he should also be at least an 89 overall. So I think he should be an 87 to an 89, and he would be the second best power forward in the NBA, probably. It's crazy. At number 7, it is Wardell Curry. You're like, Pack, why do you keep picking good players for this video? Okay, this is the last really good player, I promise, okay? So, Steph Curry is a 95 overall. Why is he on this list? Let me explain. Steph Curry is averaging 29 points per game, 4 assists on 63% field goal percentage in the preseason. 29 points per game on 63 field goal percentage is like almost impossible as a guard, like specifically a point guard. And yet Curry's doing it. Now, it's of course in the preseason. It's not going to happen in the regular season, but it might happen in the regular season. Klay Thompson is injured for a good part of the year. D'Angelo Russell, I don't know how he's going to fit in the team yet, and we saw that in the preseason so far. Draymond Green isn't an elite scorer, and Willie Cauley-Stein, we'll see what he's going to do with the team. That's it. That's just scoring options. There's one more person I'll talk about on this team later, but Steph Curry's like their only option. Like, they're just going to let him shoot, and he's going to start making, and we're going to see, like, MVP Curry all over again. He might even be a sleeper for MVP this season if they win a lot of games. 30 points per game is like a minimum for him, in my opinion. He could get even more. He's a 95 overall. He should be a 97 overall, tied with everybody in the league as best player, because he's going to be putting up those kind of numbers. Like, let's be completely honest. At number 6, it is Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen has graced us in the preseason so far. 18 points per game, 4 rebounds on a 54% field goal percentage in the preseason in 2 games. He's putting up really good numbers, and at first I didn't think much of it because last year he kind of did that low-key too. In college he was putting up good numbers too, so we know that he can do it in like unimportant situations compared to the NBA's big stage, like in the regular season. Can he do this? And last year, he averaged 6 points a game. He was really inefficient, 37% field goal percentage, but he averaged only 10 minutes, again, to be fair. So I'll give him that. He didn't play a lot. This year's going to be different. He's going to have to play a lot. So this is the reason why. The Grizzlies low-key have an okay team. Their power forward, Jaren Jackson Jr. is raw. Jonas Valanciunas is a good center. John Morant's already proving that he's really good. And either Iggy or Josh Jackson's going to be the small forward. Either way, you're good on small forward, to be honest. You have no shooting guard on the team. So what do? You have Dylan Brooks, who isn't bad at all. Like, he's low-key pretty okay. But if it doesn't work out, you have Grayson Allen, who's putting up stupid numbers in the preseason. And if he earns a starting spot and he plays like that in the regular season, the Grizzlies have a good player in every position. I mean, it's the West, and that still might not be good enough. But still, I'm just saying, hey, that's pretty good for Grayson Allen. He could low-key be a starter this year if he really produces the way he's been doing in the preseason. We'll just have to wait and see, though, right? I think Grayson Allen can go from a 72 to a 75 overall. The next player at number 5 is Mo Wagner. Man, that's an interesting picture for him. Now, why am I talking about Mo Wagner? So here's the thing. In the preseason, he's averaging 19 points per game and 4 rebounds, which is leading all centers right now points per game in the preseason at the current moment. He's doing it on 53% field goal percentage, and not only that, he's only playing 22 minutes a game. That's extreme. Like, he's almost getting a point a minute. That's crazy. Mo Wagner is the center for the Wizards, and even though they already have Thomas Bryant, right? Is that his name? That is Thomas Bryant, who was also a former Laker that was young and a good talent that they let go. That's 3 centers the Lakers let go, by the way. Thomas Bryant, Zubac, and now also technically Mo Wagner. So that's kind of disappointing for the Lakers if that's really happened to them. But still, he's putting up really good numbers in the preseason. I don't think he'll get the starting spot because he doesn't have the defense that Thomas Bryant does, but still, and he's not getting a lot of rebounds either, let's be honest. But still, if he can score like that, he's definitely going to be a great backup for this team. And this is a team that's trying to fight for a playoff spot, so they need this for sure. At number 4, it is, Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince is playing for the Brooklyn Nets this year because now the team he was on the Atlanta Hawks last year and was the highest rated player for the Hawks most of the year last year. But that was because Trae Young was still trying to find his way in the league, and also John Collins was injured for most of the year. But Taurean Prince was averaging the most points for the team. He was the best defender on the team. He was doing a good job for the team. And then he started struggling when Trae Young started doing really strong. And also John Collins came back. He wasn't scoring as much. So before he was averaging like 18, 19 points per game, he ended up scoring only 13 points per game that year. But in the preseason, he's getting 20 points per game, 4 rebounds on 67% field goal percentage in 2 games. Taurean Prince is scoring as much as I think he knows he can. 25 years old. If he really starts playing like this in the regular season, the Nets have a stupid team. Because look, assuming that Kevin Durant's not coming back for a while, which he won't, you have Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie, DeAndre Jordan, Jaren Allen, Karis LeVert, who did good, Joe Harris, who's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, Taurean Prince, who could average 20 apparently, Wilson Chandler, who we know is good. Like, they still have a stupid good team in the East, and that's without Kevin Durant. This team is like kind of raw. At number 3 is Shai GilgeousAlexander. Now, I don't think this has really been a surprise. I think we all knew that Shai was a really good player. Like, we all know that he's really solid. He played really good for the Clippers, and that was his rookie season. But now, it looks like he's getting even better, and he's only 20 years old. Getting 21 points per game, only 1 assist on 52% field goal percentage. Only 1 assist for a point guard? He's literally Kobe. Speaking of Kobe, who's a shooting guard, he might low-key need to be the shooting guard because you already have Chris Paul, and if Chris Paul is going to stay with the team, you have Chris Paul point guard, you could put Shai at the shooting guard, whoever at the small forward, I mean, I guess Robertson would have to play small forward, and then you have Danilo Gallinari and Steven Adams, or Danilo Gallinari can play small forward or whatever they're going to do. But Shai could start. I think he's really good. He definitely could be a starter for this team. They would find a way. He's low-key playing better than Chris Paul at the moment. It's preseason, but still. Shai Gilgeous, I think we all knew he was really solid, and he was going to do even better this year with Oklahoma City, and I'm happy for him. He's honestly a really cool player. That being said, 79 is a little low. I wouldn't put him above Steven Adams yet, so I say I'll put him with Steven Adams as an 82 overall. At number 2, it is Jordan Poole. Now, Jordan Poole is a 71 overall on the Warriors. He's a rookie. He's 20 years old. He's like, who? Here's the thing about Jordan Poole. He's averaging 18 points per game on 60% field goal percentage in the preseason. That's after 2 games, by the way. Jordan Poole looks like he's doing okay, and I think he has a chance in this league. He's a 71 overall. Here's the thing about the Warriors, right? Like I said earlier, I don't know how D'Angelo Russell's going to fit in this system, at least as a starter. He's not shooting. I mean, he can be a shooting guard, but I just feel like it wasn't working too well when I watched him play. No matter what, they're really going to need somebody to score or help with the system, and I think Jordan Poole is at least, if anything, a great bench player for this team, and is going to be really solid. Again, this is preseason, I'm overreacting obviously, but Jordan Poole could low-key be really important for this team. I mean, they need something. If they have arguably the worst depth in the NBA, so if that's the case, he is going to be key to be coming off the bench for this team and really, really trying to grind and get as many points as he can for the team, but until Klay Thompson comes back. That being said, I think it could be like a 74 overall, maybe even a 75 overall if he really grinds and does as good as we think he can, right? And finally, at number 1, it is Zion Williamson. Now, Zion has been so hyped to watch in the preseason so far, and I just wish he played for a different team, but oh well, it is what it is. I mean, RJ Barrett's not doing bad, but he didn't do good enough to be on this list. But Zion Williamson did. He deserves to be number 1 on this list. He's an 81 overall rookie, and you know what, man? He's even better than that. Yes, he's already a good defender. We know he's a pretty good defender. Extremely athletic, and not only that, he's averaging 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 69% field goal percentage. There's no way he's going to be able to keep that up all year, obviously. That's like ridiculous numbers. And they're going to figure out that he only scores in like one place every single game, all game. He has no jump shot yet, really, or no shooting game. But still, that being said, good luck stopping him. He's a train. I think he's better than Brandon Ingram right now. I don't think he's better than Drew Holiday just yet. He really needs to earn that best player on the team spot, but still, I'm giving Zion like an 84 overall. You know what? I'll give him an 85 overall. I'm going to overhype this like crazy. Zion is stupid good. That's it for this video, you guys. Do you guys agree with my list or not? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time.